afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to try to make this quick as I can. I'm standing out here. I'm doing hawk watch. We had a hawk visitor here just a few minutes ago. So I came out here and I ran the hawk off. I don't know if it got anyone or not. It didn't have anyone in its talons. I think my chickens might be too big for it to take them. I think it's actually hunting. Is it back? I think it's actually hunting the songbirds out here. I have a lot of sparrows out here. I have like a colony of sparrows that live here with my chickens, and it's kind of comical. But I do think it is a red shoulder hawk. It's about the color of cider. And the first time that I saw it out here on the compost pile, I actually thought it was cider in my peripheral vision until it flew. And when it flew, I was like, whoa, that's not cider. That's a hawk. I'm like, heck, it was like 5 feet away from me. Freaked me out. But I think that's what it's doing. But these red shoulder hawks are very, very good at maneuvering through thick trees and brush, um, because songbirds are their specialty. So I think that's what it was doing. But a nice big chicken, I mean, all it has to do is hit it, and it would just kill it and have to leave it because it couldn't carry it. And that would really make me mad. I would really be mad if that happened. So anyway, I'm out here and I'm on hawk watch. Now, I have been taking stuff back here to my little yellow building. The brooder barn is now going to be the grow barn. So we're getting everything put in there so I can start video vlogging that. That's going to be fun, and we're going to do it all winter. I'll tell you what would really be cool is if I would hatch another clutch of chicks this winter, don't you think? Wouldn't that be fun to have winter chicks? We can do it. I mean, as long as they don't eat my plants. But we are going to try to grow food all winter. We're going to see what we can grow, how much of it we can grow, and if we can keep growing it. I don't know. I even have some of the chicken herb greens that you grow. I'm going to do some of that in there too. So that way, like once a week or something, I can clip through and give everybody a handful of something green. Obviously, I grocery shop and I buy greens, but this might cut that cost for the winter. I'm also going to try to maybe grow some carrots and radishes, um, some beans, maybe some peas. I don't know. We're going to see. We're just going to grow it all and see. So I'm carrying all of my pots up here and I'm starting to fill them with stuff. Um, all of the stuff that was on the floor from the chicks, I put into the big bins. The rest of it, when I get to the other side, will go into the bottom of all the pots. That way, I'm not using just soil. And then next year, the spring, whatever, I can bring all of this stuff back out and maybe turn it into better soil and maybe turn it over and utilize that for next year's garden. So I think it's going to be a fun project. I'd also like to introduce some of the new people to some of the birds. Um, you know, we we hatched all these birds on camera, all three groups, and now they're grown up. And now I have some beautiful birds. And I am going to tell you that I have two roosters in they were the 15. Uh-oh, the songbirds are moving. That scares me. So I'm waiting for this hawk to come sweeping down, hoping it doesn't. I really think it wouldn't go after the chickens, but I could be wrong. It's a big hawk. I mean, it could take it, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. This is why this is the reason why I don't get pigeons, because it would be so bad. Could you imagine turning 20 pigeons loose and letting them do their thing, and then like a hawk just, yeah, that's why it would break my heart. It's breaking my heart right now since I've lost Shaky. I'm still heartbroken over her. I'm heartbroken over Lois. I'm just all of them. It breaks my heart. Can't you see? Anyway, we're going to work on that. We're going to try to grow as much food as we can. I'm going to show you some chickens probably Saturday. So I'll show you what I'm doing. We'll kind of talk about it. Um, in the brooder barn, and then we'll go over and I'll introduce you to some of the new chickens. I'll tell you what, some of them chicks turned out really pretty. The two roosters in the 11, they are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. I've named one of them. I named one Raw. His dad is Tut, okay? So his name is Raw, and he is one sharp, handsome looking bird. I caught him the other night, and he let me hold him. I mean, he didn't like squirm too much. He didn't care for it. He wasn't like Oddball, who I was holding earlier. I was just carrying Oddball around, and he was like, okay. I tucked him up like a football and just carried him around for a little bit. I'd like to get EB out, but EB is a little upset, so I don't mess with him too much. But he is a beautiful bird too. He's beautiful. But anyway, I hear a hawk. You're with me. I'm watching for hawks. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Now that is a blue jay, and yeah, so we got a little drama going on. The blue jays are normally really good around here because I do feed the blue jays. Um, they pretty much will start the call that the hawk's getting too close. But now today they just weren't. They weren't really signaling to me. I don't know. It's not one predator; it's another, right? Fox, dog, hawk. What matter, EB? You pretty boy. Matter, Lily? Are you mad at mommy? The only goat in the world that never wants to go outside. She absolutely hates to be outside. She hates her feet to be wet. She hates bugs. She hates it all. I have to make her come out of the barn. Every now and again, I'll let her have a day. Like if I'm going, like say I come out and I give her a snack and it's kind of icky out, I'll let her stay in for a little bit longer. And say then I have to go run into the store, I'll go ahead and I'll give her another snack and I'll go run to the store. And then when I come home from the store and get everything put away, then I drag her butt out of the barn and make her come out here for a little bit. And she cries the whole time, like, I don't want to be out here. I want to go back to my barn. All right. So are you ready to dissect MAGA a little bit? I want people to really understand what MAGA is. And even MAGA people sometimes don't realize what exactly it is that they support with Make America Great Again. Make America Great Again means they want to go back to the 1950s. Okay. And there's some MAGA people that will argue this, but the problem with that is there are different groups that make MAGA. Okay. There were different groups that attached themselves to Trump. I'm just telling you. And the last group is really kind of just, okay, I'm a Christian. I don't like this. I don't like that. I like the idea that Trump was a businessman and he runs our business. Okay, fine. That's enough for them. They go with it. I've been a Republican conservative all my life. That's what I'm voting for. But they don't realize that they're being duped by several other groups like evangelical groups that are political. Okay, they are the ones that want to push the white Christian nation agenda. They're the ones that telling Christians we have to vote for Trump because he is going to save us from the sins of evil. And constantly talking about the war of good and evil. And it's like if you don't follow Trump, you're evil. And and I so they're very divisive. Okay. Now the other groups, they're kind of in there with the right Christian nationalists. Not only do you have the evangelicals, but you also have like a group such as like Heritage Foundation. Okay, the Heritage Foundation in itself is its own group of white Christian nationalists that crossed over politically, which is completely unconstitutional. When they set our Supreme Court justices in and they overturned Roe, and then they also made Trump, the criminal king, immune from being responsible for crimes, it's unconstitutional. Okay. When they put the Ten Commandments and say they want to teach the Bible in school, that's unconstitutional. Because no Congress shall promote one religion over another. Okay? No Congress shall promote one religion over another. That's all you need to know. They don't care that people want to be non Christian. They think it's a war on them because people are not Christian. And that is extremely confusing. So, in one breath, you hear Mike Johnson say in a meeting, this was a few years back, he said, or 2 years back, he said, all of those aborted babies could be taxpayers. He didn't say anything about mass murders. He didn't say anything about being responsible for the children. All he said were all of those aborted babies could be taxpayers. And that's when he was talking about how um, we can grow financially with more babies. Okay? Now, on stage, Trump made an announcement saying that he wanted more babies. He wanted a baby boom. We're going to have a great baby boom. Now, how do they start this? By taking away reproductive rights, taking away contraception, taking away. Why they would take IVF away is beyond me, because I really don't understand that. But they're concerned about those little test tubes, I guess. I've never understood why that would happen. So the gist of the matter is when it comes to the Christian part of MAGA, there's like many different facets in how they're grabbing and grasping. So not only do you have the white Christian nationalist evangelical type preacher churches that are grifting with Trump, but then you also have groups like um, the Heritage Foundation. But then you also have other groups that have attached themselves to this circle. They are the anti-government militia type groups, okay? QAnon, the conspiracies that are crazy. And that's why a lot of um, influencers, you can tell when they've tapped into QAnon, because they start with these really strange conspiracies and you're listening to them and you're going, huh? Or they will tell you that numbers are fake when they're not. They'll tell you that someone said something that didn't. So they perpetuate the lie as an influencer, and that's how they get the uneducated, the people that don't research for themselves. Okay. Now there's also another group. They are called separatists, isolationists, and just plain racist. So all of these kind of people make this big ball of MAGA. Okay, it's just a big ball of MAGA. Make America great again like it was in the 50s, and bring in the 1800s laws on reproduction rights of women. So suppressing women, taking away their reproductive rights, or the right to even use contraceptives to prevent them from getting pregnant when they're not ready for a child, or maybe they're just physically unable to carry a child at this time, or maybe they should never carry a child because their body isn't supposed to. They're not allowed to have contraception. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I'm just saying, that's crazy. So you have one extreme where it's just abortion. They don't care about contraception, but they're going to vote because of this, and it's going to take away this. So the problem with MAGA is the majority of the supporters don't even really know what they're following. They just listen to their neighbor or their friend or their brother or their sister or their mother or their father or maybe their child about what they want to hear. Well, you're a Christian. You want this to be a Christian nation. Yeah, no. They don't understand what they're getting into. So the big thing about MAGA is majority of MAGA do not know what legislation is, how to decide intelligently what's good for you, what's good for your neighbor, and do you really care about anyone else or your needs. Um, I think that when a person sees their neighbor get dragged out of their house and carted away because they follow another religion, that might click a bell. But at this point in time, there's been a mind melt. It's just, it's a cult. The MAGA movement is a cult, and it's mixed of different mishmashes of people that want to vote for Trump because they have their own agendas. There's several different agendas. All right, I've got to go. It's been 16 minutes, and I don't know if the hawk's coming back or not, but I need to go sit in the other way and and just keep an eye out. I do not shoot hawks. I do not do any of that. That is totally against the law. I would never ever do that to these beautiful creatures that want to live. So if you're going to put something down in the comments, probably not, but if someone puts something down in the comments about shooting these magnificent birds, I would say look up Ohio pigeon keepers in trouble with the law over hawks, because there was a group of pigeon racers who actually got put in jail for hawks. Just telling you. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. So tomorrow we're going to do Kroger, and then Saturday we'll do all of the homesteading stuff to grow food in the wintertime. Have a great day. Bye. I got to go.